Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh, Bahasham HaKadosh, double honors unto the elder apostles of the great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Hakim across the world. Now, there's a new trend going on in Houston and Atlanta, of course, the city of Sodomites, especially Atlanta. Females getting James Harden beards, basically Sodomites, right? There's a new trend coming out of the South, in particular Houston and Atlanta. Females are trying out a new style, a full beard. MTO News has learned. We're not talking about Sodomites here. We're talking about Sodomites who identify themselves as whatever, dude. So it says here, the process involves a female. Listen, I don't want to read this, but then I'll just go hit the scriptures, man. So it says here, Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are an abomination unto Yahweh thy power. Isaiah 3 and 9. The show of their countenance. What is the countenance? A person's face or facial expression. Oh my God. Wait, no, I don't want to see the kissing part. Right. You can see in his, well, he has makeup on, so it's easy to see. Which I shot his Jake here. Yeah, right. You can see in his face that, you know, they're just the opposite. You know what I'm saying? You could see it in their face. You just look at them and be like, this guy, I don't know, man. He looks, you know what I'm saying? You could see their face. So it says here, the show of their countenance doth witness against them. It snitches them. And they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul. What is woe? Great sorrow or distress. Basically destruction. Troubles. Sadness, unhappiness. And the word gay means happy. That's the funny part. The original definition of the word gay means happy. It goes back to the so-called what do you mean unknown? Shut up. So if you go here, then you go to the etymology.com, and it says gay, from the late 14th circa, the late 1400 circa and the 1200 circa, full of joy, merry, lighthearted, carefree. And you know what nice means? There's a lot of gay men are nice, right? That's why nice guys finish last. The word nice goes into the late circa 1300. That's around the time that this definition was in full effect. Foolish, ignorant, frivolous, senseless. The hell is frivolous? Frivolous.
Frivolous.
Not having any serious purpose or value. That's why girls in their spirit, they don't like nice guys. They shit on you. They want a mean, brutish type of guy that's going to treat them like the beast, the bitch that they are, right? So when that they feel like they are, and they are. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves, and it is evil. But Esau is saying that it is good, so they're rocking with it. Romans chapter 1 verse 25. The whole thing is good. The whole thing is good, especially from verse 17, but I'm going to just hit the points. And change the glory of the uncorruptible God. Let me see here. 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible power, Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, uncorruptible God, into an image made like corruptible man. The Heavenly Father is not corrupt. This is corrupt. This is just corrupt. You could see in their eyes like this is a female. You could look at it because it has a different tint to it. It's a female that wants to be a man. So it says, into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts and creeping things, because you have a lot of people that was worshiping birds. The bird gods of Egypt, for example. This is just one example. You have this, and then you have the eagle of Egypt. You know, this one. A lot of other nations took it over also, like the Nazis, America, the Greeks, and the Romans. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. This one. And then you have the, where was I? Oh yeah, the four-footed beasts. For example, the golden calf, which is also what they worship until this day, because in India they say holy cow. You know, that's where it comes from. No, in America they say holy cow. Holy cow, you know, but it actually goes back to India. Well, it goes back to the Greeks and stuff like that. I mean, sorry, the Hamites, so the Egyptians, the Africans and stuff like it goes back to them. But these other nations also have it. They worship cows and stuff like that. You know, they bow down to cows and stuff like that, you know. And if you eat a cow burger in India, you in trouble, especially in certain places. That's why they have, I think, rat burgers or something. And no, this is not a Nazi sign. Esau stole that from them. This is a sign of one of their gods. What is it again? I think it was rat burgers what they was eating. Yeah, here, rat meat in India, if I'm correct. It was rat burgers in India, right? Rat meat a prized delicacy in this Indian village, right? Rat eaters in India, right? In some places, they also treat them like their ancestors or something like that. Moscow, rodent burgers in the menu. Bon appetit. So going back, okay, four-footed beasts, they worship that too. And creeping things, they worship that also. Creeping things are insects. For example, this so-called holy scarab. This thing is what they was worshiping in Egypt. As you can see, snakes and all that type of nonsense. You know, they even put the wings on it too, just like with the eagle. But anyway, going on now, it says here, and change the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds, and four-footed beasts. Oh yeah, they also made statues of men, of course, that they worshipped. And creeping things. Wherefore, because they did all these things, wherefore the Heavenly Father also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts. So he gave them up to the uncleanness. He didn't protect them no more. He was like, you know what? There's a lot of unclean spirits and devils and demons on this planet Earth that love to possess people. I'm going to give you up to them to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. When you trying to be something that you are biologically not, you're dishonoring your body. Who changed the truth of the Heavenly Father into a lie and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. So because of they did this, for this cause, what cause? This cause, the Heavenly Father gave them up unto vile affections. So what is vile? Extremely unpleasant, morally bad, wicked, evil, of little worth or value, disgusting, low value, filth. Right? And affections, of course, are your feelings. Finna get your feelings hurt. A gentle feeling of fondness or liking. Basically a feeling, so-called your heart. But it's not charged, it's just feelings. So he gave them up to wicked affections, basically. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. What is the natural use of a woman, a man? That's it, the sexual use, because they dishonor their bodies and stuff like that. So even the women gave up the natural use, which is against nature, which is becoming like this. And it might be that this is just one individual female, and then Esau, of course, he being a devil, he puts it out there in the media, and so these females and these people, these men too, males too, they are proud to actually go out and do such things. For example, here in Holland, they don't show suicides on the news because they want to prevent other people from getting the idea to kill themselves, right? But you have this racing. That was a few days ago he was arrested. TikTok star who provoked 100-mile-per-hour police chase for fun. I think this was it. Yeah, 7 days ago. I think this was it. Yeah, this guy, this doofus. This is his car, and it was reported that he made like $400,000. Yeah, here, $400,000 a year. So it says here, WFLA, I don't know what it is. Probably a news center. Reported that after being read his Miranda rights, Makula boasted that he earns $400,000 to $450,000 a year. So he's very proud. But then they could have shot his ass, and there wouldn't be no loss. But they didn't. You're lucky. You're lucky for today. But he did this just for likes, and of course he's getting paid for it because he has like 4 million followers. So the more people watch his buffoonery, the more money he gets, right? Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. And what is folly? Folly is, because a lot of people, like I'm in Holland, so a lot of people don't really understand 100% all these words, but it's fun to break it down anyway. So it says here, lack of good sense, foolishness, a costly ornament building to the wait. Folly is just foolishness, man. It's just stupidness, madness, craziness, delight, favor, swelling, whatever, and nonsense, right? So it says here, Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 6, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. And who are the rich? James chapter 2 verse 5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, basically hear this. Had not the Heavenly Father chose the poor of this world rich in faith and heirs of the kingdom which he had promised to them that love him? Yes, he did, because he's not a man that he should lie. He's not a liar. He hates liars, by the way. Revelation chapter 2 verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation, the things that we're going through, and poverty, because we're not rich. But thou art rich. How are we rich, but we are poor at the same time? We're poor in the physical form, but we're rich in spirit, in the faith. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. The synagogue means basically the chief house of worship. A synagogue is in this case, Amalekite, or whatever, house of worship. Yeah, whatever. A Samaritan a Samaritan is this. Where's it again? First King. Then it was Second Kings. Huh? Yeah, here. 2 Kings 17 and 23. until the Most High removed Israel out of his sight. You can read the whole chapter for yourself to get the real, the whole story. So he removed Israel out of his sight because they was angering him by committing idol worship. Or there was idolatry. They was worshiping demons, basically, statues and stuff like that. And he had said by all his servants, the prophets. That's how the Heavenly Father talked to people. So was Israel carried away of their own land to Assyria unto this day, which is the northern tribes. And the southern tribes went into slavery under the Babylonians, and the northern tribes went into slavery under the Assyrians. Verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, Hamites, and from Cutha, Hamites, and from Avah, Hamites, and from Hamath, Hamites, and from Seraphim, Vaim, which are also Hamites, if I'm correct, yeah. But you can double check it, what I just said. I know these places are Hamites, and Hamath also. I kind of forgot this one, sorry. Let me see the region where it is at, sorry. Ancient place. Let me see. Yeah, it's around here somewhere because it says here Hamath. Yeah, Hamath we know. Kadesh is also Ham. Hamites was there, man. The Hamites was there, sorry, yeah. Yeah, the Hamites was there. Right. And placed them in the city of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. That's why the Lord Yahushua said to the apostles, Matthew 10 and 5, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Because he says in the book of Matthew chapter 15, he says in 24, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Wait, let me start here. Then Yahushua went thence and departed into the coasts of Tyre and Sidon, which are also places of Hamites. You got to understand that 7 nations greater and mightier than thou shall be in the land. That is Deuteronomy 7. And the Hamites was in that land, the Canaanites and stuff like that, right? Which are Hamites. And behold, a woman of Canaan, because it was in this area, Tyre and Sidon are here. As you can see here, this is then Israel, here, top here, and this is the land of Canaan. And the Philistines, they was there. The Ammonite was there, the Moabites was there. But then, here, Kadesh, the Hamites was there too. All these places, the Hamites were, right? Deuteronomy 7 and Deuteronomy 9. You can read those two, then you will see. Right, so Tyre and Zidon, right? And behold, a woman of Canaan, because they was there, came out of the same coasts, and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. But he answered her not a word. And so he didn't talk. He was like, And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she cried after us. Because the disciples was like, Lord, send her away, man, it's a beast. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So now the Lord said, listen, I am sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. So I only go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel as my father told me to do, because he was sent. And what does sent mean? Scent. Not the smell. No, not this one. This is a smell. Scent. What does it mean? A definition. Damn it. Why don't they send? Sending. Basically, here. Yeah, basically you send it like this. You spell it like this, sorry. Cause to go or be taken to a particular destination. That's the point. Send a message or a letter. Basically, you're sending. Cause to move sharply or quickly proper. It's basically going into one direction. Who can do that? You can't send yourself. Somebody needs to send you. I am not sent by the Heavenly Father, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. But he answered and said, It is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs. She called him, sorry. He called him what? He called her a dog. And the children's bread were actually the ones where he was sent at first, which is the Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and not the scattered Israelites. But it said, and she said, Truth, Lord. Yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from their master's table. Then Yahushua answered and said unto her, O woman, great is thy faith. Be it unto thee even as thou wilt. And her daughter was made whole from that very hour. But this is the point. I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So if she was not a lost sheep, that is a dog that lives amongst the heathen nations, then he would not help her because she's a lost sheep. Or else he would go against the word of his own and the order of the Heavenly Father who sent him. Right, so going back over here. So the house of worship, right? The synagogue is the chief house of worship, right? So it says that they are the synagogue of Satan, the ones that call themselves Jews right now. But I went into too many other things, so I'm gonna leave it at that. So sorry about that. And yeah, so going back to Romans chapter 1, verse 26. For this cause the Heavenly Father gave them up unto vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman. What's the natural use of the woman by a man? Sex, intercourse, sex. The men were burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly. Right? Seeing. Of behavior or action, not proper or appropriate. It is not appropriate, it is not proper. Unbecoming, unfitting, improper. I don't even know how you spell this, but indecorous.
Indecorous.
Yeah. So it says here, not in keeping with good taste or property. No, it's not property. It's propriety or something like that. Right. Anyway, it's improper going on. So it says, and receiving in themselves that recompense, payback, of their error, which is meat, which is good for them. Sickness is destruction, you know. Yeah, you can read the rest for yourself if you want to, right? But then, yeah, it's straightforward anyway. So it's just explained. Basically, this is what's happening on this planet Earth right now. So I'm gonna hit it up with the last one, which is Deuteronomy 22:5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. So a woman is actually not even supposed to be wearing this. This look gangster as hell. This look manly as hell, man. You got some big boots. You know, a female with big boots like this. I always found it strange. Now I know why I found it strange. You know, even the pants. But we're so accustomed to it that we think it's normal. It's not normal. Back in the days, women were arrested. Yeah, I remember this female right here. She was arrested. Two women who were arrested for wearing pants, 80 years apart. And then she complied to the rules because she was made afraid of the government, right? And then she came to court, and then they have to swear, which is against the law. And then she came to court, and then she dressed proper. You know, back in the days, if you wear a bathing suit like this, you got arrested. Women arrested for wearing one-piece bathing suits, 1920s. But these females always have desire to want to be and dress like a man, you know, have so-called authority like a man, because it's in their spirit to rebel. Of the women came the sin, and through her we all die. Sirach 25 and 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Because she want to be the boss. She doesn't want to be beneath. She wants to be on top in the society and even in a relationship, man. But of course, not all, but the majority of them, because it says it right here. 1 Timothy 5 and 14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. The adversary is the people that are against you, and also Satan means adversary, by the way. For some are already turned aside after Satan, and this was over 2,000 years ago. How much more now? So I'm gonna leave it at that, because this was supposed to be a 10-minute video. Sorry about that. I jumped into something else, but then so with that, I'm gonna say shalom.